What's going on, everybody? Before we get started on the video today, I want to give a huge shout out. If you're in the Arizona area, especially around Phoenix and Mesa area, you guys, if you're looking for the best food from a food truck in town, you need to go check out Habibi Taco and Pita. I'll say it again, Habibi Taco and Pita. Go see my man Josh. Tell him Apollo sent you, all right, in Arizona. In the entire state, but mostly around Phoenix and Mesa area right now. Go check out Habibi Taco and Pita. They will hook you up. All right, guys. Now, without further ado, let's get into the video. Time for another episode of the Unfiltered Podcast. This is episode 4. Number 4. All right, guys. In today's episode, I want you guys to hear me. In today's episode, we will be talking about whether or not it is going to be worth your money to buy the next generation of consoles coming out at the end of the year. That's right, I said it. Is it going to be worth, just not even in terms of price or money, just right now, is it going to be worth even buying? So this is definitely a podcast for my gamers to play. And they got boring fast. I had 2K. I had Killer Instinct. And what was the other one? I don't even remember the other one because I didn't play it much. 2K was, that was a great graphical leap. But the game was bare bones as ever. Because it was a launch title. Launch titles are horrible. And I'm just going to use that to segue into the next one. We're not going to get any exclusive gaming titles for each console for at least, a year and a half, 2 years at the earliest. So everything that's going to come out on the PS5 and this Xbox Series X, that is the worst fucking name, man, I swear. But everything that's going to come out on those consoles will come out on the PS4 and Xbox One. And as good as these games look on the PS4 and Xbox One right now, like literally think to yourself, how much of a graphical leap can we make? So, and then like I said, back to launch titles. Launch titles suck ass. They suck. And yes, we'll get a launch title of 2K, whatever. But you guys gotta remember, 2K14 as a launch title was bare bone. Madden, don't even get me started. Madden has been the worst since it has left the PlayStation 2 OG Xbox Series consoles. Madden has sucked. It is. Since they signed that exclusive rights to the NFL, they have sucked ass. So don't even get me started on Madden. And the thing is, these consoles come out this year. Neither one of these companies, as in Sony or Microsoft or anybody else, wants to go to E3 anymore. For whatever reason. I don't know. Like E3 used to be the Super Bowl for nerds and gaming and tech. And now everybody's like, we'll have our own convention. And they're doing it because they're now releasing to us dog shit. And they're starting to be exposed that their games are not ready to be released. They know they're releasing shit to us. They know it. But they're trying to find a way to change the narrative. To warp the mind of people who don't know any better. But guess what, you gaming companies? More people are now starting to know better. We are not going to be wasting our money on these dog shit games that you are sending us. The gaming community, consumer, is much smarter now. And now we're starting to get less and less casuals. The only people that will want these new consoles because they want the new shit when it comes out are these young ass teenagers and kids because they want to go to school and brag to their friends and look, my mom got me the new system, the new console, and you're still rocking with the old one. Not realizing that they're not going to have much shit to play, And then, I'm looking online right now as I record this. There is not much info about what the specs or the hardware or anything of these consoles will be. At least we know what the Xbox Series X looks like. We ain't got a damn clue what the PS5 is going to look like. And I say that because I don't believe any of these pictures on Google right now. Some of these is ugly as hell. If this is what the PS5 looks like, this looks like this big black box with a vagina in the middle. I'm not buying that shit. Hell no. That better not be the PlayStation 5. What the hell? What the hell is that shit, man? And like, if you look at it from the back view, the ass looks like the back of a Star Wars ship. And then on top of it, has this big V in it, like it's like an open vagina. Like, nobody wants, who wants that shit? Nobody want that shit. And then the Xbox Series X. Why didn't they just go from Xbox to Xbox 2? Why would you go from Xbox to Xbox 360 to Xbox One, then the Series X? That is stupid. That is dumb. But outside of that dumbass name, it just looks like a damn desktop tower, you know? Which I think is not I don't think that's a bad idea to go with, because then if you have it in your living room, it'll just blend in with your entertainment set. And for us content creators, it'll just blend in with our setups. And, you know, we'll just, you know, it's a desktop tower app. And I think Microsoft is going that way of like PC style gaming and shit, which I'm not a PC gamer. I don't know if that's good or bad, to be honest. But like I said, I'm not a PC gamer. I'm a console guy. But if I had to choose from the information that we know, we don't know much about PlayStation. And if we know what happened last time Microsoft got the jump on Sony, which was the 360 generation, they won that one. Like, Sony won this current generation. Microsoft lost it when they said at launch that you're going to have to always be connected to the internet and you have to get the Connect. And when they say you have to get the Connect, but how many Connect games did they actually come out with this generation? That shit died after 2015. You know? Where are the Rock Band and Guitar Hero and the karaoke and dancing game? Them shits don't exist. And we don't even know if there's going to be a Connect with the Series X. But the info is that the Series X is trying to do a thing where if any Xbox game ever created, whether from the OG original up to now and everything on Series X, if it has Xbox on that disc, they're trying to make it to where you can play it on the Series X. So it would be backwards compatible with any Xbox made game ever. Now, PlayStation, they only go back one generation on backwards compatibility. When PS2 came out, you could play PS1. When the PS3 first came out, those original models, you could play PS2. And through the PS4, you can play PS3, but only through that PlayStation Plus, and which I think is stupid. Now with the Xbox One X, and from what I'm being told, because I don't have a One X, but I'm being told you can play any 360 game. I will put that to test because, like I told you guys a couple of videos, podcasts ago, I got rid of my Xbox One and PS4. I'm probably going to get an Xbox One S or One X back, because if I'm going to be putting out content of new games and we're not going to be having exclusive games come out, why the hell would I wait till November or the holiday season when the price is going to be jacked up and waiting those lines to have to deal with dumbass people to get a new console that won't have many games? There will be no exclusives yet. Why would I pay $600 to play games that I can play on the current gen that will still look just as good, if not, you know, better on some, and just pay cheaper, you know? Because as soon as that Series X comes out, the price is going to drop. Like, I went to one of the local game stores here. They're selling an Xbox One X for $350 used. That is a pre-owned one. That is not spanking new out the box. And it makes sense because the One X is to date the most powerful console on the market to date. It is the most powerful. All right. As soon as that Series X come out, that price is probably going to drop about $1.50. Not $1.50. I mean $150. For anybody out there like, what do you mean $1.50? So, but the backwards compatibility to me is a big deal. One, because I like to play the old games. I just think from the PS2 and OG Xbox to PS3 and Xbox 360 time frame from like let's just say from 2000 to 2012, I think is the best period in gaming. Once microtransactions started getting integrated into these games and these big corporate companies started fiddling their dirty ass hands into gaming, I think that has ruined video gaming. To me personally, like gaming these days is just not the same. A lot of these games, they hold your hand, they coddle you, they treat you like you're a millennial. They just baby you. Games back in the day, that shit wasn't going on. You had to use the real skills. There was no way. Well, there were ways you could exploit a game, but they weren't obvious. And you had to get online. You had to go to GameShark.com, the cheat CC, cheat code, shit like that. You had cheat code books. I remember I used to have tons of notebook paper with cheat codes on them. And it was a thrill to have to get to look up cheat codes. These days, cheat codes is microtransactions. Because they're releasing games unfinished. That's why we have so many microtransactions. Now, I will agree that microtransactions, I don't have a problem with it when it comes to buying, for an example, let's say Fortnite. And by the way, I tried to play Fortnite. I don't like the Battle Royale concept. I prefer the Call of Duty team deathmatch type deal or the Halo, that Slayer type deal, where if you die, you just respawn. I didn't know that when you die in Fortnite, it's it. You're done. And my first match, I ran around for 30 seconds, got shot in the head, and I was like, okay, am I going to respawn? Because, you watch other people scream till you respawn. And I'm sitting there, I'm like, oh, so you can't respawn. Well, how fucking gay is that? So, with that being said, I just prefer the Call of Duty one, that method. But I think microtransactions is good when it comes to buying like different types of like outfits and, weapons, cosmetic shit. Don't give me microtransactions for stuff that has to apply to gameplay, because you take away the thrill of actually having to play the game and actually grind and do it. But there's somebody out there that be like, well, a lot of people don't have time. I don't want to hear that. We didn't hear that excuse when gaming was booming in the mid 2000s or in the 2000s in general. If you don't have time to play games, then don't play the fucking game. If you don't want to grind, if you want to use that sorry ass excuse that I don't have time, I just want to get on the game and play fun, well, put the game on fucking knees and play and just play. I hate that, oh god, I can't really speak for most games, but what I can speak for is sports games, Madden and fucking 2K. I can definitely speak for those games. The fact that on NBA 2K, that you can just when day one drops. And let me say this first of all, shame on 2K for when you create a player and you start as a rookie, your overall is a 55. If you are any type of rookie with any type of appeal, I think we should start at least a 70 or 75. Don't make me come in no goddamn 70, no fucking 50. Make me come in at a 70, 75. What overall pick do comes in at a 55? But it's not a bust, If the story is tailored around us to be the star, why are we a 55 overall to start? I get it. I don't mind starting with the ugly ass brown t-shirt and the dirty ass gray sweatpants and them generic ass Payless shoes. I'm cool with that. But to starting at 50, and if I don't want to spend my money, I gotta grind from 50 overall, and it'll take me months to get to like 80 or 85 when someone can just day one drop cash, real life money, and pay their way to 80. No, fuck that. I'm not doing that. So start me like a 70, 75. That's what NBA Live does. And I like the NBA Live, even though the game is ass. I like the fact that they make you grind to get your character up. And you use in-game currency to buy cosmetics and shit. What happened to gaming when it was like that? When you use in-game unlockables and achievements and currency to buy shit that was in the game. Why should I have to bring all of my hard-earned money from working to buy shit on the game? Same with that Ultimate Team and Madden. Now, I don't play Ultimate Team. But I've heard a lot of content creators say how EA needs, and EA by far is one of the worst companies out there. Anybody that's a real gamer can attest to that. EA needs to do a thing where if you start Ultimate Team in 1 year, your shit just keeps carrying over the next year. But no, that'll take away from them making almost $1 billion on a fake trading card game where you use real money. You know? That'll take away from their pockets. And I get it. They're a business. They're about making money. Well, if you make a better game, don't you think you'll make more money? This notion that, I'll put out a half-ass game and I'll settle for making this X amount of money instead of actually putting effort into the goddamn game and then possibly making even double that. But you so goddamn lazy as a gaming company or developer or publisher or whatever that you would rather send us out a half-ass product but then get mad at us, the consumer, when we say, we're not going to buy your half-ass shit. We're going to trash it. We're going to tell you how much trash this thing is. And we're not going to buy it. We're not going to put our money into this game. So now you have to scramble and try to fix it. And while you're fixing one area, you're breaking other areas. Gaming is just not the same anymore. Playing older games was just so much more fun. Microtransactioning has ruined video gaming as we know it. It has ruined it. It has destroyed it. And now seeing it as from the view of a parent, it has really destroyed it. Because I don't want my kids coming up saying, hey, Dad, I want to get blah, 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 X this in the game. But look, you got to pay for it. Can I use your debit card? No. Fuck out my face. You ain't using my debit card. You better sit your ass down and earn this shit like I had to when I was your age, when I was playing games. You know? And then they make the game so damn just cheap, man. Like, and when I say cheap, it's a difference between a game being hard and a game in the game being cheap and just cheating you. These days, games aren't hard. They're just cheap. They just do shit. And then it's like programmed and everything is predetermined in certain scenarios. Nothing just goes off of our gameplay. No paths or anything just goes off of how we play. Everything is predetermined, pre-plotted scenarios are just in the game already. Shit like that is annoying and it gets on my nerves. And I'm going to use this as a segue into another topic, as in, what is the future state of gaming? Because it seems like, gaming is making more money than they did in like that boom period of like the 2000s. But even though they're making more money, it seems like gaming is just becoming stale. Very, very stale. And I don't like it. I don't like it one bit. It's annoying how stale that gaming has become. They need to change that and fix this like now. Like, I hope with this next generation that they can redeem this, especially Xbox. Especially because at least Sony has been consistent with the games and everything. This last generation, they kind of fell off, and PS3 got a slow start, but then they recovered. Xbox, they just waited too late to recover with their shit. They waited way too late. If they would have went through with this thing, excuse me, if Xbox would have went through with this plan with Series X, where they were going to only make all games digital, you would have lost me right there. I would have said, nope, Microsoft can kick rocks. I'm going to go to Sony, and I'm going to stay Sony. I'm not buying my games digital. That takes away the aspect of going to, let's say, one of these local game stores, because, I haven't shopped at GameStop in years. Fuck GameStop. Fuck them. They're another reason why the game industry is fucking trash. Because of them. But some of these local stores, gaming stores that have their old retro gaming, I can't take a digital copy in there and trade it in to get an old game maybe I want to play. Or maybe I need some gas money. I can't go trade that shit in, get a couple of dollars and put some gas in my tank to go back and get it. You can't go to a pawn shop and do that. You can't be like, hey, here, man, here's my digital copy. What the fuck you gonna do with that? So I'm glad they stay with the ability to still have a physical copy. And having the physical copy, it just means more. You got the physical copy. Especially if a game turns out to be like GOAT material. You just got that physical copy. Like NBA 2K11, I have the physical copy because it is the greatest 2K made. That is the best basketball game ever made. And it has Michael Jordan. I have a copy of that right now. You can't get that with other gamings or with games that are going to be straight digital. And I can't appreciate that. But with that being said, I just feel like the gaming industry as a whole right now is just very, very stale. You could probably, and here's what's crazy. You could probably name 5 titles this entire generation. 5. I give it 5 at most that were actually great games to play and it had us excited about being a gamer. And I'm not going to talk about, and no sports game is included in it at all. None. Not one. I say again, Madden sucked since it came to 360. It got worse this generation. 2K in a way got better, and then they slumped off and gave us 2K18. They redeemed themselves with 19. I can understand why 20 is not the greatest, because when they made 2K13 before they made the jump to PS4 on the Xbox One, that game wasn't the greatest. Neither was 2K14 released on the last gen the greatest. I mean, it was decent. It was a better upgrade than 13, but they better come with some fire for 2K21 when these new consoles come out. Like, seriously, I want my mind blown. Not just graphics, but gameplay. But back to what I was saying. 5 titles, I think maybe, if I can even name that are actually worth, that I feel like was worth my time of day and my $60 worth of paying, you know? That's another reason why gaming is making money. They're just selling games and people are buying this shit out the ass. Like, I missed the days when a brand new game was $40. And then they bumped it up to $50. I was like, okay, it's cool. Now we're talking $60 for a half-ass release game. I am not with that. I don't care if I was a millionaire or a billionaire. I am not paying for a product that is half-ass complete. Because if you worked in any other service industry, no one's going to buy your half-ass, half-worked product. They're going to tell you, take that product and shove it up your ass and kick rocks. Why should we not do that with gaming? I just don't understand. They're taking advantage of the fact that people want games so bad, and playing video games is just this big boom and it is addicting. They're literally taking advantage of that. And as a business model, that's not a bad business model. It's good. It is a good business model. But what I'm saying is I do not agree with it. And I do not like it. And I think it is right now, it is hurting us in the long run for video gaming. This has got to stop. But the only way that we can change this is to change it with our pockets, with our money. We have to not buy these half-ass games anymore. And I have not been buying half-ass games. I either wait till the game's been out almost 8 months after they done patched it up like 20 different times, and I buy it for the low, or I just don't buy it at all. I just don't buy it at all. Because it's just, gaming gets just so frustrating nowadays. I just can't believe it. And it's like we only got now. We don't have much variety because with everything being delayed, all we're gonna get is our yearly garbage that we get on every year. We're gonna get our Call of Duty at the end of the year. You're gonna get your Madden. You're gonna get your 2K, your FIFA, all the sports games. Whoops, hit the computer. Sorry about that. Every now and then we'll get a great release like Spider-Man, Horizon Zero Dawn, or the Resident Evil remake. Hell. And what's crazy is Nintendo is always on the outside looking in, doing their own thing. But even with the Switch, there's just not much to play. That's why I have not bought a Switch. I've played it and I've enjoyed myself. But after a while, you gotta switch it up because you don't want a game to get boring and stale, because then it's gonna sit there and become a dust collector. And I feel like Nintendo should be really way ahead of the game because they've been out longer than Sony and Microsoft. The original Nintendo came out in the 80s. So they got, on the first PlayStation that came out in 95, they got almost a 10-year head start. But it seems like when Sony dropped the PS2, Nintendo fell behind because when the PS1 was out, they had the Nintendo 64 to compete with. And I had both. Now, granted, the PlayStation was the quote-unquote cooler of the consoles, and they had the cooler games, the more mature. But when I look back, the Nintendo 64, I had the most fun. And I didn't appreciate it at the time because I was young and I wanted the cooler games. Not the better, the cooler. Now that I'm older and I'm grown, I'm more knowledgeable of gaming. I want the better game. I don't care about what's cooler, because if it's better, it is cooler. All right, that's just how I feel. But I'm looking up right now some gaming news just to see what out there is new. And one of the first things I see on Newswise is that, I don't know if anybody plays Fortnite, but Season 2 delayed. How is Fortnite delayed? Anybody that saw the game that I was excited about, that I was looking forward to playing, actually, it was supposed to come out, Cyberpunk. Where's that game? It's been delayed, as well as a massive other games have been delayed. Why are y'all being delayed? People used to be able to create games back then and just give y'all great games. Just give us great games. Just like boom, 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 boom. Now it's like you get so excited. They'll give you like this trailer for a game 2 years early. And then that time frame will come out where you're ready for that game to come out. And they'll be like, oh, we're going to delay you guys another 6 to 8 months. What? And that's and I was listening to a video the other day. Shout out to Chase Money and the gang for the GMG podcast. He was talking about how gaming, or not game, but how games come out around the holiday season. There's not enough time to play everything at one time, especially if you're like a sports gamer, because you already got to put time in on 2K. You got to put time in on Madden. Then you got other games coming around that time. You got Call of Duty. Call of Duty takes up a lot of time, especially if you play online. Nothing comes out between like January and September, like 1 or 2 games. And once you beat those, it's like you have to find a way to make them carry out and last. Because by the time January and February comes, Madden and 2K is stale. Call of Duty is stale. And yeah, you got the time period to play those other games, but why not release those other games in the time period where nothing is happening, so that when you're done with those games, you can transition to another game? For example, like let's just say a great RPG game released in February, and then you put in a good amount of time in that. You got March, April, May, little dry spell up in there. You know what? Not even February. Let's say March and April, because that's a good time frame. Because you'll play it for about 3 or 4 months. Once that's done, you got your August release of Madden. You get your Madden for your football fix. Then you got 2K dropping in September, October. You get your fix of that. Call of Duty comes out always usually around November, late October. You get your fix of that. All those games will last and be still till about February, March time frame, for which another banger can come out in March and April. And the cycle continues. But they won't do that. And if there's one thing I learned from being in the Army, if it makes sense, nobody's going to fucking do it. I don't understand it. It's like if it makes sense, it's a sin. It's a bad thing. It just gets on my nerves, okay? It really racks my brain. It just bothers me. Like, why don't they do it like that? I do not understand. But it is what it is. I'm not a gaming developer nor executive or publisher. So, what the fuck? What do I know? What the fuck do I know? You know? They're probably just like, oh, he's just another asshole on YouTube talking shit, running his mouth. He don't know what it's like. But guess what? I'm one of your buyers. I'm one of the consumers. So if you keep putting out a shit product and I don't buy it and I spread the word that, hey, don't buy this game and people listen, especially if you had a following, or if I had a following and people will listen, well, you sitting with the talking shit ain't making it any better. Now nobody's going to buy your game. Then you're going to be coming to me begging me, hey, if you promote the game for us, we'll give you the bag, secure the bag, get this money and promote this game for us, please, Mr. Apollo, please. And at that point, I want to look at you and tell you, no, kiss my ass, kiss my black ass, and get out of my face with that. You understand? But this episode's not going to be alone, guys. I just wanted to come up and talk to you about that. Leave me in the comments your thoughts of what you think about the new console. Are you going to buy the new consoles when they come out? Yeah? Because I'm not. I probably won't buy them until holiday. Was it 2020 right now? Probably won't buy them until holiday 2022. Or until I know that an exclusive is coming out. Confirmed release date. No delays. Then I'll buy it. Alright? Because just having Halo or something, to me is... First of all, anything after Halo 3 sucks ass anyway. I played 4. I didn't like it. 5. I literally fell asleep playing Halo 5. Literally. That's how boring that game was. In the middle of the game, playing it put me to sleep. What kind of shit is that? A game is not supposed to do that. What kind of shit is that? Anyways, guys, you guys leave me your thoughts. Be sure to like the video. If you're new here, please subscribe to the channel. Share the content with your family and friends. Help the channel grow. I greatly appreciate it. All right. This is what you guys will get every Saturday. An episode of the Unfiltered Podcast. This podcast will be the backbone of the channel. All right, guys. But gaming videos are coming soon. I want to make sure I know what the hell I'm doing before I just start posting gaming videos. All right. But they're coming. We're mostly going to start with retro gamers because, like I said, this concentration has sucked ass. There's really nothing I can play that you guys haven't already seen footage of. So I'll be wasting my time playing a game that somebody's already played and beat that you already know what's out. So I might as well play an old game that's probably not on YouTube, But that content's coming. Of course, you got more stuff coming. Tomorrow, I will be giving a review of the Royal Rumble. Pretty sure that's going to be a rant because it's WWE and what do they do except piss us off? And if anybody is a wrestling fan, go to YouTube and look up that clip the AEW uploaded of the crowd singing Chris Jericho's song, his Fozzy song Judas. that has to be the coolest thing ever. That has to be, and it's on a damn cruise. Like, how cool is that? Anyways, thank you guys for listening. Tell me what you think about gaming. Leave your comments and thoughts down in the comment section. Thank you guys for watching. Y'all take care. Enjoy the rest of your day. And as always, Apollo out. Out. I'm not going to scream today. I don't feel like doing it. Fuck it. Yes, I am. Out. Ditto.